Hi, this is Theo from PocketBlocks.com. A few days ago, someone asked me whether or not the number of colors you have matters. There are actually some pros and cons as to whether you have a lot of colors or you just have a handful of colors. I will show you what the pros and cons are in this video. The main advantages of having so many colors is you will be able to mix an even larger number of colors. So if you only have like a limited palette of 12 colors, such as in this particular box, then the number of colors you can mix will be a bit limited, but it will still be like over 100 different combinations. And that is enough personally for me, because usually I only use about 4 to 5 colors from the palette. So if I bring this palette out, I will only be using 4 to 5 colors. The reason is because once you start using a lot of colors, it can get confusing a bit fast, and it is very difficult to control the color harmony in the painting. So that's why I use a limited palette, a limited number of colors from a limited palette. Let me show you an example. Say I only have this particular palette. I'm going to mix some greens today. I'm going to mix green with the yellow that I have, which is Winsor yellow and ultramarine. Since I have only one cool yellow here, the other one is an orange cadmium yellow. Since I only have one yellow here, I can mix two different versions of green with the two blues here. Let me mix this one with ultramarine and let you see what I can get. It's almost used up. So this is the green that I can get from mixing with ultramarine. Let me add a bit more blue. Zoom in a bit closer for you. Next, I'm going to mix Winsor yellow with phthalo blue. So you can see the difference between these two green colors. One is cooler and one is warmer. And one is sort of brighter and the other one is not as bright. So with only two blues, I can mix these two greens. Of course, if I add more water, then the value will be different. But if let's say if I want to create an even brighter green, I will not be able to do so, which is why I add a convenient color here, which is phthalo green. Let me show you what's phthalo green. So this is phthalo green. It's a very intense, cool green. So now we have 3 green colors, and I'm not able to get this green just by mixing phthalo blue or mixing with ultramarine. And let's say if I want another version of the green, I can add another blue color. Let me try cerulean blue. Let me mix Winsor yellow with cerulean blue and see what happens. Cerulean blue is also a granulating color. Let's see if it's close to ultramarine. So cerulean blue is actually a bit, gives you a little bit of a cheery type of green when you mix it with Winsor yellow. So again, you can see that this is a bit brighter than this as well. So now we have 4 greens here. Let me try this green color here that I have in this palette box. I have not used that green for a very long time. This I think is olive green, and it's a bit granulating, and if you look closely at this area here versus this area, they are quite similar. So because I can mix this green using Winsor Yellow and French Ultramarine, then there's not a very big reason for me to include this particular color, so I can actually take it away. So usually you might not actually need so many colors. You can just have a few sets of primary colors and you'll be able to mix quite a lot of colors. So I'll let them dry first before I show them to you again. Here's something I want to show you. This is a color chart that I created using just 6 colors. These are 6 colors from the Desert collection. So this is 6 colors less than the box set that I showed you just now. But with these 6 colors, you can paint a limited mixture here. So you can get quite a good mixture as well. But you would notice that there are not a lot of very bright color. For example, if I want to get a bright green color, I'm unable to do so because there's no bright yellow color, and somehow this yellow color is not very transparent. So that's the limitation with the green. If I want to use a bright red, maybe I'll use this particular color on its own, because if I mix it, the red will become a bit dull. So this is the palette I can mix with only 6 colors. Using the box set from earlier, this box set, now I can mix even more colors. I think it's pretty clear that the range of colors you can mix with the 12 color set is much more than the colors that you can mix from the 6 colors, and the type of colors you have also matters. So for this set I have brighter colors like bright yellow and bright red, and also bright green and bright blue as well. So when they are mixed together, they will have a brighter color mixture as compared to the starting color for this 6, which are already a bit toned down when compared to these colors here. But having a limited palette actually helps, especially so if you are a beginner, because if you use too many colors, it can get confusing. So this is a sketch of a cafe that I drew and painted with these 6 colors. I'm not sure which colors I used exactly, but it's maybe just 2, 3, maybe 4 out of the 6 colors that I use. So with a limited palette, you can get something like this, and because you are not using a lot of colors, you can achieve color harmony much more easily. This is another example of a limited palette. This is also a cafe sketch. I created a time-lapse video a few days ago for this, and I used only like 4 colors. I used another box set for this, and this is actually yellow ochre for the table. Queen gold is for the brown and the reds. Then for the shadow areas and the green mixtures, I use phthalo blue. And lastly, for the very dark areas like this part here, the shadow areas, I use Payne's Gray. So in this box set, I use only 4 out of the 13 colors that I put inside this box. So just 4 colors. So even if I bring a 24 color box set out, I will not use so many colors. And by bringing so many colors out, the box is a bit heavy as well. These are the green colors that I mixed earlier. This is mixed with French ultramarine, which is granulating, so the green color is also granulating. This is mixed with phthalo blue. It's pretty flat, no granulation. This is mixed with cerulean blue. Cerulean blue doesn't mix very well with the yellow, so you can still see the blue shade and also the granulation pattern. So if you only have 2 blues, then you will only get these 2 green colors. If you have 3 blues, you will be able to get these 3 colors. If you want a really bright green, then you have to consider adding another new green color on its own. Having a lot of colors is good when you want to achieve as large a variety of colors as you can get from mixing. But the problem with that is it's very difficult to control the color harmony, and that's the main reason why I use only 4 to 5 colors, even though I can bring out a lot of colors. I find also that if I don't use the colors as often, for example this box set, I cannot remember what the colors are because I don't use them often. So the bottom row of colors here, I've forgotten what they are mostly. I still remember the primary colors like the yellow, the blue, and the reds, but I cannot remember what all those colors are at the bottom row. So that's all for today's video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comment section below. I will answer them. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, do so for more art product reviews, sketching tips and techniques, and also sketchbook art book features. Thanks and have a nice day. See you next time.